Hey guys, so I know I just made a video, but the topic I was going to talk about, I forgot. And so then I was like, well, I'll just do it now, whatever. And I'm not really that, I really don't care that much because usually when I make these YouTube things, I like make one video and forget about them. So the fact that I'm actually making videos, everybody should just be glad. Let's be honest. Anyway. So I posted another picture of my hair, now that it's shorter, like on Facebook, which I hate Facebook with like every being in my, like every fiber in my being, every being that has ever lived. I just very much dislike it because first of all, anybody who's like ever looked at you thinks they can just like add you. And then, like, also, like, people that you're never ever gonna talk to, but you're childhood friends with, you gotta add them too. Like, I don't give a fuck what you're eating for breakfast. I don't give a fuck that it's your first day of high school. Don't give two fucks. No, I don't even give one fuck. Like, I just don't like the concept of it. And, I think it's very, like, easy to use for people who want to keep in contact, and that's awesome. But there's nothing for it for me. I don't really care to keep in contact with anyone. So, I don't like it anyway, but, so I posted another picture of my hair, because, why did I do that? Anyways, I don't know, for some reason I posted, like, now that my hair's a little longer, because it's been growing pretty fast, and it's so funny, because when I had long hair, and I don't really go out in society much due to the fact that I'm homeschooled and I don't like society. I don't really go outside much. I know that sounds really funny now that I say it out loud. But yeah, I don't really go outside much, and I'm just used to like kind of like internet people on Tumblr and stuff like that for the most part. And pretty much everybody on there like refers to me as male, and they call me Thor, and they use male pronouns. I actually haven't had any hate mail yet, which is really weird. So I'm waiting for it. I'm waiting for the hate mail, but it's not coming yet. And I'm like, okay. I must have like some like jackass repellent or something. It's awesome. And so when I had long hair, I kind of felt like, oh, I'm, gender bending. Or, like, I kind of felt like I'm, like, breaking a stereotype or something. Like, because also, if you're a female assigned at birth, and you look at stuff, like, say, for transgender guys, or just even being genderqueer or more androgynous or anything like that, the first thing they're going to tell you is to cut your hair. Or some variation of that. And I didn't like that. I liked my long hair. I really did. Then the main reason I probably cut it was because it got really greasy. And like, it would give me pimples like all right here. And sometimes like right here. And I thought to myself, first of all, I need to figure out what length I need short hair. And all this, like how it looks good on me, because I'm not going to need any help when I start tea on getting pimples. I'm sure I'm going to have it a lot. So, actually I'm like breaking out right now for some reason. I must have done something to irritate it. Anyways, so I kind of felt like I was gender bending then, kind of, because since I don't go, most of my dysphoria involving my gender and my presentation and stuff comes from society, definitely. It's like people calling me Miss and stuff like that. Just yeah, like social dysphoria. So I don't really, I don't know, like I felt like since, like, okay, if you're not looking in a mirror, like if I'm not looking in a mirror, I'm not on society, I like forget I'm trans, even though my body is very feminine. I forget I'm trans and I just think, oh, I'm a cis guy, like a really queer cis guy. And so I'm just like, oh, I'm gender bending, I'm being awesome as fuck, I'm like super femme or whatever. Like And I kind of prided myself in that. And, you know, now that my hair's cut, everybody else thinks I'm gender bending. Or gender fucking, whatever it's supposed to be called. I don't know. But, and so I was not prepared for this. Because in my head, I'm just like, oh, I'm just a guy. I cut my hair. Like everybody else. Like all the other guys. All the other guys have short hair for the most part. Especially around here. I mean, they might have it like the Bieber thingy, like when he had it longer, but I don't like that. Yeah, so it's weird. I'm not used to it. I'm not ready for it. But I mean, like this one guy, my dog's trying to escape. This one guy who likes me, but he likes me as like a female. He doesn't know I'm trans, and he doesn't know I'm trans. He's like really upset that I cut my hair. Like he stopped texting me. And I like honestly I was just doing like polite texts, you know. Just because of that. Because basically because of the transness. And he hangs out with this really, really stupid person. Like really bigoted person. Like I don't even want to associate if I was like 10 feet away from this person, I would probably just leave wherever I was. I would be like about to meet the president and I would leave. Like, I just do not enjoy them. And then this one girl, like, you know how like on Facebook you have like those people you've been childhood friends with, so you like have to add them, but you never ever talk to them because they're like at a totally different stage in life or they're totally different. Well, like these couple of girls that I was like friends with when I was younger, they are kind of like in their self-piercing, dyeing my hair all the time, you know, hanging out with friends every weekend, sort of little stage area. It's so funny though, people that like most like stages that most people think teenagers have, they like last a week for me. Like my mom thinks I was like a horrible child, but like all these stages that like teenagers have, I had them, but they lasted like all of them went on like for a year, and that was like it. The only like other teenager thing I did was like be really angsty. It's like angst all the time. So anyway, yeah, they annoy me honestly, and they always like post stuff about like self-piercing their friends like septum, and I'm just like, dude, that's not okay. Like, you're gonna fuck that up. And they're like, oh, but it's okay. We're using a piercing needle. And, yeah, it's okay. And I'm like, no, it's not okay. You're in a living room that's not sanitized, and you are not trained to do that. You could totally fuck it up. Like, and they think it's okay. Like, I'm like, are you serious? You think that's okay? Okay. And I mean, I don't really look it, but I like really enjoy body modifications, and it's kind of it kind of perturbs me when people do that. Some things I won't say anything about, even though I think it's like, okay, the fact that they were using a piercing needle is like 50% better than most of the people who self-pierce themselves. So I wasn't trying to be like too much of an ass. But anyways, I'm like totally getting off topic. But yeah, I was just like, ugh. They call their stretched ears gauges. Oh, we all have that stage, don't we? So, her sister, who was like a couple of years younger than me, I guess she saw the picture of my haircut, and she's like, she says, what did you do to your hair? I was like, what the fuck? First of all, I was like, dude, I have not talked to you in like a bajillion years, like at least 5 years. At least. Okay? At least 5 years. What'd you do to your hair? Like, I was 2 seconds away from writing on her own picture, what the fuck did you do to your face? Like, what does that mean? Like, I feel like that was just really rude. Like, what did you do to your hair? Like, that's what you say to someone when, like, break their arm. Like, what'd you do to your arm? Like, you know, it's kind of like, I don't know, I felt it was, like, kind of rude. Anyways. And I was just like, cut it, ... Because I'm a big person with the ... And she said, why? ... And I was like, oh fuck no. Like, why do people ask questions that they, first of all, don't want to know the answer to, and second of all, they know the answer to? Like, they don't... If you would just use your noodle for a couple seconds, you would know. Because everybody says the same thing every single time. Society is really not that hard to figure out. It's really not. I don't even participate in society that much. A little bit. I do, obviously. I'm in society somewhat, and right now. But it's really not that hard to figure out. And I was just like, why'd you dye your hair? I just loved it. That's what I wrote back. I was like, why'd you dye your hair? I'm sure she's gonna be like, what? Or be like, because I wanted to. I'm like, no shit. Really? Because you wanted to? Well, what do you think why I cut my hair? Maybe because I wanted to. What could be the other possible reason? Like, why? Except because I wanted to. So, you've already answered your own question, so why the fuck are you leaving shit on my pictures? That really pissed me off. I was like... And I feel like... I don't know. I feel like a lot of people do associate female assigned at birth people in short hair like as lesbians. I'm not really sure why. But yeah. And actually, if you look at a lot of stuff that tells you, like, when you cut your hair, you're not supposed to cut it this short. This is what they tell you. You're not supposed to cut it this short, like mine is. You're supposed to cut it, like, kind of Bieber-y. Like, you know, like, kind of have, like, the little swoosh thingy going on. Because, one, a lot of guys do that now, like, even cis guys. Like, that's just, like, kind of the style, depending on your age. But honestly, I think that would make some people look more like a lesbian. I don't know what that means, but... Okay, I'm gonna do the quotation marks somewhere. Wait. They look like bunnies. Anyways, so... I don't understand, like, people... Like... People annoy me most of the time. Like, they just, like, they leave, like, a sour taste in my mouth. It's like, that was unpleasant, honestly. It was unpleasant. I'll be honest. So, I have again sucked up almost 13 minutes talking about this. But it really pissed me off. You know what? I always, like, laugh when I say, oh, that pissed me off, because, like, in the UK, that means, like, drunk. I'm like, I'm so pissed off. Like, I'm so drunk. Sorry. Makes me laugh. Yeah. So, it pretty enraged me, just because you know the answer to that question. Like, you don't need to answer that question. Like, I feel like, if someone cuts their hair short, then, if they're female assigned at birth, then they must be queer. Like, fuck off. Fuck off. I feel like that's what she was insinuating. Like, I feel like she might as well just been like, are you a lesbian now? I feel like she might as well have wrote that. Because that's what she was asking. And she's like, I can tell, because I had to deal with them in school. She's one of those girls who will be like, oh my gosh, I'm so for gay rights. My best friend is gay and he's awesome. But then, like, the lesbian who you have, like, gym class with, you're like, oh my god, lesbians are gross. And you, like, freak out because you think, like, the girl's checking you out. And you're like, dude, if you were the last chick on earth, I wouldn't check you out. Because your bigotry is so unattractive. I had to deal with that a lot in school, and it's not fun, honestly. And now this video is almost out of time, and I'm so sorry for this. You might not want to watch this. If you're at the end of this, I applaud you. I applaud you. You deserve an award. So yeah. I'm gonna go eat some pretzels. And maybe watch Death Note. So I will see you guys some other time. Maybe my hair will be longer. That will be awesome.